Hello and welcome. The producers of Most Haunted have listened very carefully to exactly what you want. You wanted a longer show, and that's what you're going to get. We've made a 1-hour special of Most Haunted, and we hope you like it. Hello and welcome to a 1-hour special of Most Haunted. We've come to Levens Hall in Cumbria, which has been continuously occupied for 700 years. Stories of curses, ghosts and hauntings are abundant here. The present occupants have reported strange noises and ghostly apparitions, and by spending 24 hours here, we hope to find out who or what is causing these unnatural disturbances. Levens Hall was first built in 1250 by the de Redmonds. It has been passed from family to family who have all had their part in making the hall look the way it does today. A medieval structure that has had many owners, including Alan Bellingham, who lost the ownership in a game of cards on the turn of the Ace of Hearts. There have been many ghost sightings at Levens that have intrigued and frightened people for many years, but no one knows for sure who or what they are. Spending the night with me are the Most Haunted crew. Some old faces and new ones will be hoping to come across anything paranormal. To become better acquainted with the property and its supposed hauntings, Susie Baggett, the owner, filled us in on some of the alleged sightings. So Susie, what sort of things have been seen outside of the hall and in the grounds?
Well, I think the principal one is the grey lady, a lady dressed in a grey purpley dress with her hair up in a bun, and she's seen down at the bottom of the drive near the river and has been seen by several people. One person even was on a bicycle and fell off trying to avoid hitting her. There's also a little black dog which has been seen with me and with my mother-in-law and is also seen in the house sometimes. In the topiary garden itself, some people looking for ghosts one night did say they felt the presence of a little girl within this area.
Right. What about the curse?
I think that could be tied up with a grey lady, although it's said to be a gypsy lady who came to the front door of the house begging for food. She was turned away and sent round the back. But as she lay dying, she cursed the house, saying that no male heir would inherit until the River Kent ceased to flow and a white fawn, a baby deer, was born in the park.
And did that happen?
And it went for several generations through the female line from that point until my husband's great-uncle was born and the River Kent froze, so ceased to flow, and a little white deer was born in the park, and we've got its ears pressed in a scrapbook.
Well, curses are an integral part of English folklore, and the one here goes back, I believe, a couple of hundred years. The interesting thing about it is that it seems to have come true. Now, what you have to look at with curses is whether we are actually looking for links in something which is actually a coincidence. I believe that two aspects of the curse are the river has frozen over and a white fawn has been born on occasions when a son or an heir of the family has been born into the family that own the hall. But how many fawns and how many freezing rivers have we had when there hasn't been a male heir? I think that's the key. I think we're probably looking for links where perhaps it's just a coincidence. Well, Levens Hall is a well-known haunted house. There are lots of different stories here, as you would expect with an ancient house, and other investigations have taken place, but I have to say that they have actually focused more on the gardens rather than the hall itself. And according to the reports that I've read anyway, investigators have found positive results of flashes of light which they couldn't explain and various other encounters within the gardens, not just in the house. So I'll be interested to look at the gardens as well as the hall itself.
These topiary gardens at Levens Hall are incredibly famous and thousands of people come to visit them each year. But what they probably don't realise is on the odd occasion, some people have seen the ghost of a little girl playing amongst the trees. To help us with our 1 hour special, we invited 2 new parapsychologists to see if they could find out whether these ghostly disturbances are real. With so many rooms and large gardens, we needed all the help we could get.
Well, I've been researching and investigating haunted locations for about 13 years now. I've had a special interest in Levens Hall for quite a few years now because of the amount of conflicting ghost stories that's here. One person tells you one thing, then another person will tell you another. And it's interesting to come here and try and piece all the information together to see if we can come up with some conclusive proof of what is actually going on.
I've been interested in parapsychology since I was 15. I believe in something, but whether I'd call it a ghost, I'm not sure, because I'm not really sure what other people mean by the word ghost. But I do believe that there is something which we haven't yet been able to explain, which is what most people would call a ghost.
Well, one of the things that mainly interests me about Levens Hall is obviously the place is very old. I mean, it dates back 400 or 500 years. And most of the ghost sightings and apparition sightings have been of Victorian era people, all in Victorian clothing. And it seems strange to me that a location as old as this seems to have fairly recent ghosts.
I believe that there are people who are able to share with other people knowledge of which they had no prior cognition. I have no idea what it is, where it comes from, why some people are able to do it and other people aren't. So if that's what you'd call a medium, then yes, I have to say I believe in some, but not all.
Derek Akora, our spiritualist medium, had been left in the dark with regards to the location. With only the driver of the car knowing of its whereabouts, would Derek be able to make any contact with the ghosts that have been seen here on many occasions? Can you imagine how you would feel if this happened? You're lying in bed, fast asleep, only to wake up and discover 3 ghosts standing at the foot of your bed. The lady in question asked the 3 ghosts who they were. They said nothing and just walked away.
She was upstairs asleep in one of the bedrooms, and the story as I understand it is that she suddenly woke up and there at the foot of the bed was a gentleman with a stick and a stovepipe hat on, and presumably his wife next to him, and also a child as well. She's a very sort of forthright lady. She just said, "What on earth are you doing here? Get out of my bedroom." Whereupon they just faded into the panelling of the room. We had a babysitter on one occasion who was in one of the rooms sort of watching television. She kept on going to the door because she was quite convinced somebody was going to come to the door because she could hear the floorboards squeaking. And then she went to the door and there wasn't anybody outside that door, and that got her very worried.
I didn't believe in ghosts until recently, and I think then about 6 months ago something very strange happened to me. It must have been about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up, opened my door, walked out. I just saw this figure, a very tall figure, walking towards me. It just kept on walking, kept on walking. I just sort of sat down, thought about it, and I just didn't remember going to sleep, I don't think. I just...
So why does this particular corridor seem to have a lot of activity? Well, there's creaking floorboards, only to discover that there's nobody here. And what about the dark, ghostly shape at the end that Richard saw? Are they connected? Well, hopefully, we'll find out later. Whilst the crew busied themselves setting up equipment and filming different parts of the hall, David and Vicky spent time taking various measurements around the property. This is what's known as a baseline test.
Well, when we investigate a haunted house, you have to look at the most obvious things. I mean, if people are being woken up by supposed poltergeist activity, you have to look at central heating systems to make sure there's no airlocks. You have to check things like creaking floorboards, which can affect door latches, which explains doors opening. There's a whole variety of possible causes that you do have to delve into, and you do have to be quite intense in your investigations.
We try to rule out the ordinary noises of any house. If you investigate in the dark, you rule out what's commonly called corner of the eye phenomena, where you think you see something in the corner of your eye, but it's gone before you've actually registered it. So if you're in the dark, you rule that out straight away, but you rule in hysteria and sensory deprivation. You then start to look at geophysical activity in the area at the time that something odd or unusual was recorded. How has whatever differed from the baseline measurement that you've previously taken? And you try to work out rationally, scientifically, logically, what has caused that fluctuation.
Ley lines are often connected with paranormal and ancient sites and are thought to be one of the reasons for unexplainable occurrences. Changes in magnetic fields giving off different levels of energy can induce different kinds of phenomena. Whether it is paranormal, it is yet to be scientifically proven. We wanted to see if ley lines were prevalent at Levens, and one of the oldest ways to find out is to use dowsing rods.
First subsection there, because as you went past, your right hand dowsing rod started to point to the right.
Well, mediums and parapsychologists have come to Levens Hall in the past to conduct investigations. When in this bedroom, they've all said the same thing. It's got ley lines in it. Also, there are many people that come to visit and stay at Levens Hall, and there are lots of bedrooms here, but no one will stay in this bedroom. Residents and visitors have experienced some strange activity in this room, the Great Hall. Now, we're actually going to be using this as our control room. Now, Jason, we've got an awful lot of equipment, haven't we? What's going on here, then?
Well, what we've got here is 3 cameras set up in the key spots where ghosts are supposed to have been seen in the past. We've got the corridor, we've got the gardens, and we've also got one of the haunted bedrooms. So we'll be able to watch the whole of the house throughout the night, which will give us an increased chance of catching anything, if there's anything here. Not only that, we've also got mobile radios to keep everyone in contact with each other, which should help us.
In case anybody gets frightened.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then, Vicky, David, what on earth is that?
This is a fantastic bit of equipment we've brought in especially for the 1 hour special Most Haunted, and it comprises of 2 cameras all in one. We've got a black and white CCTV camera and a thermal imaging camera. You may have seen the rescue services using these on telly. Basically what this will do, we'll set this up in a haunted location, or supposed haunted location, and it will detect hot spots and cold spots. And one of the main bonuses with this piece of equipment is it's got a built-in thermometer. If I point the camera at yourself, you'll see down here on the monitor, you'll see like your face, your head, your hands, all showing up as hot. And it will also give an instant Celsius temperature reading.
Oh, how hot am I?
You're 31 Celsius at the moment.
But we'll use this in conjunction with static thermometers, so that if a temperature fluctuation is recorded and we feel that there is a cold area in the room, or the room has suddenly become very cold, we can isolate the cold spot and then see if there's any movement within the cold spot, or if it moves around the room, or if in fact the whole room is just cold.
During the baseline test, Vicky and David were taking photographs on a digital camera. What showed up were these strange circular lights. We were all excited with this evidence so early on in our investigation. We had caught something very similar at Chillingham Castle in Northumberland, and after film experts had looked at all of these photographs, they cannot explain what they are. Some experts in the paranormal field would say that they are orbs, a term used to describe small lights that only seem to occur in alleged haunted locations, and are thought to be one of the first stages of a ghost manifestation. With all the ghost stories and photos of strange lights taken earlier, we were all hopeful that we would encounter some kind of paranormal activity. Would Derek Akora, our spiritualist medium, be able to help us with our investigation at Levens Hall? We were all all very keen for Derek to get started, and with all the conflicting ghost sightings, everyone, even the owners of Levens Hall, wanted to find out once and for all who were the alleged ghosts that haunt this 13th century manor house. With the crew walking around with Derek, we left Vicky watching the monitors to see if anything happened in any of the other rooms. We were ready to start our investigation.
Right, I'm very aware, I've become aware of an energy of a lady, and this lady I feel is so conversant of movement throughout this house that she's certainly not part of residual energy. She is active, I feel, quite strongly. It's as if she's taken me in thought into the care, a very caring soul. I get Countess. Countess. I can hear a voice now, that's good. Her father, James, why is she saying this? I don't know. She keeps on talking about her love for her father. A love for her father. James. Her father is James. Colonel James. So, Colonel James? Colonel James. The Countess's father comes here. James comes here. There's no ladies just come in here now. I feel her energy coming in, intermingling. Jason, she's virtually at the back of you.
I can't feel her yet.
Yeah, okay. Oh, she's showing herself here to me. She comes in here as well. She's got a strength here for some reason. I can't get a name. I can't get a voice with her. I get this love with both these energies here of a caring around children. She wanted to care around children. Right. Maybe that actually were brought up here. I'm very aware that at certain times, maybe on a lot of occasions, that anyone that would come into this room, even sleep in the room and what have you, would experience quite a bit of activity here. A person could be asleep and would wake up and would spot something, either spirit light, movement, and I'd say at times that this particular room could be quite active.
The only surviving daughter of Colonel James Graham was Countess Catherine of Suffolk and Berkshire. Maybe it was her and her father who were seen at the foot of the bed, but who the child was, we don't know. In another bedroom, Derek seemed to still be in contact with the same woman.
Again, I've got an attachment with Countess, and a real, you know, the presence of the energy is a lady. She's in and out of this bedroom, in and out. I also get, I don't know what this link is, I want to say Howard, a connection with Howard. I feel something, not first name, but the name Howard.
So, right, okay.
Howard.
Right.
Sorry about that. I'm also getting right now here, that's come around my right side, there's a scurrying little black dog.
Can you see it?
Yes, there he goes. Okay.
Where?
He's here. He loves running up them stairs. He's up and down here, and he goes right across. He knows this place inside out, this little black fella.
What sort of dog would you say it was?
He's, to me, he looked like a little mongrel.
Right.
Okay? A mongrel. I'm not talking about the size of a miniature dog. I'm talking about a mongrel of this size.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
He runs throughout this home. Throughout.
Right.
He's not always up here. Why he's come up here, I don't know. I feel as if I want to go downstairs with him and stay down there. Yes. It's like.
Do you want to go now?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go down.
Yes.
The Countess seemed to have a strong link with Derek, as did the little black dog, which has been seen by residents and visitors. Downstairs, in one of the oldest parts of the house, another supposed spirit was adamant that they be heard.
I've got a woman's voice now virtually ringing through my ears here, this level, saying, Bellingham, Bellingham, Bellingham. We belong, we belong. Bellingham, Bellingham. And now I'm getting the feelings around me as if now there's a man's presence here with me. Colonel James. Colonel James.
This portrait of Colonel James Graham shows him complete with wig. He does not match the description of the supposed ghost seen by a female guest at the foot of the bed. But who knows whether Colonel James dressed like his portrait all the time. Derek had led us to the Purple Room, which is the only bedroom where guests refuse to sleep, as it has an oppressive atmosphere.
You picking anything up?
I don't know what it means. I get the initial D and E. D and E. And yet, because of my sight, probably I can't get it all clearly. It's D something. Something in attachment with going way back to the foundations, the first built part of foundations. A name that would have been responsible. Hopefully, before we finish our investigations throughout the night,
We'll find
I'm
out
hoping
what
we'll find out what this is.
Yeah.
Derek was absolutely correct. The Purple Room is one of the first parts of the house to be built by a family called the D. Redmonds. We couldn't believe it when Derek stopped in the haunted corridor. Would he be able to tell us if it was active and who or what haunts it?
This passageway, okay, is most definitely, okay, at times seriously active. Why? And this is coming to me mentally, okay? Those impressions, as if I'm getting a lot to and froing of more than one energy. It's up and down the passageway, and they're crossing each other.
Who is it? Who are they then?
Earlier, I saw a lady coming whizzing right across the lawns. Okay, she's one of them. And the only way I can describe it is if she's in this drab greyness, grey-brown, you know, dress covering, like a cloak. And her energy is up and down here at times, and then she's out. She would like to show herself, if not startle, step back in front of people. And I just get the feelings of, you know, she goes way back.
Right.
Way back.
Do you have a name for her?
Again, the initial D and E in again.
So it's the same as before?
Yes, the D, E. And I feel she would be linked to that name.
Right.
I hope I can establish what
Yeah.
the other section
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
wherever we go. But she's established to that. Is it the 13th? 1300 something. Established with this lady.
And those initials?
Yes.
Okay.
1300 and something.
Right.
Earlier on in our investigation, David Scanlon, our parapsychologist, had hoped to encounter paranormal activity that related to Levens Hall's older history. Derek seemed to be taking us in that direction. Was he connecting the Grey Lady to the 13th century and first owners, the D. Redmonds? We went into the garden to where the Grey Lady had been seen by unsuspecting visitors and residents.
This is the same lady. The same lady who I talked about the energy in the passageway. I go way back in time with her. She's been around a long time. I feel when I saw her in the physical, I would put her into probably a late 30s, if she touched 40. She was the lady of D. Redman. D. Redman.
DE.
D. Redman. And she feels, at times, as if she belongs more here, this person in grey, more than any of the other individual spirits. That's well, they see her, she sees them, she ignores them. She has nothing to do with the others. There was a tower. A tower. She goes to the tower.
Would you like to have a little walk round to the topiary garden around there, where you'd be able to see the tower?
Yes, please. I'd like to do that if we can.
After all these years of not knowing who the ghost of the Grey Lady is, maybe Derek has pieced the jigsaw together. He feels strongly the Grey Lady was a lady in the de Redmond family who resided at the hall in the 13th century. But without a first name, we cannot confirm who she was. But this was enough to give the Grey Lady the beginnings of an identity. And if we are to go off Derek's information, she wouldn't be Victorian.
Would you believe this? It's covered this area.
What's covered this area?
Someone put a curse here.
A curse?
Yeah?
What type? Can you elaborate?
I'm not sure that that's a gypsy.
Well, what do you think a gypsy would be on such a grand house like this?
I don't know. I mean, this man. The curse was real. The curse was real, and it was lifted. It was lifted. But something had to be done for the curse to be lifted, and all would be well. Something was born. Something was born that had to be born. That's an animal. It's not a child.
Can you confirm an animal?
Is that what that is? He's just shown me a mental picture of a fawn. A fawn.
A fawn, right. What had to be so special about this fawn? I mean, there's hundreds of fawns around.
Its
here.
colour.
Its colour.
Something, the colour of the fawn was different.
With Derek's investigation around the house complete, it was time for the rest of us to be let loose in different parts of Levens Hall. Splitting into small groups seemed to be the best way of covering all areas, and with Jason keeping a watchful eye on the monitors, we felt we had an overall view of the house. David, Derek and myself ventured down the long, ghostly corridor. We had all the relevant equipment with us, plus the thermal imaging camera, which would hopefully enable us to catch any unexplained phenomena.
If you see or feel anything, Derek, can you just give us a shout and prompt us, and I'll snap away?
I will do, yeah.
Shall I talk, Derek, or not?
Yes, carry on.
Do you think, I don't know whether I'd do the right thing. I'm just go off what you guys tell me to do.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. If there is anybody here who would like to talk to us, show themselves to us, please feel free to do so. We mean you no harm, we're just very interested. David?
Yes?
Would all show up on a thermal thing?
Although the thermal imaging camera is a good piece of equipment to have, because we've got the temperature readout, instant temperature readout, so we can detect increases in heat, decreases in heat. Now, I'm not entirely convinced or entirely sure that a thermal imaging camera would actually pick up an orb, or an apparition for even that. But then again, if it's cold, we're going to get a temperature readout and not anything conclusive in image format.
Meanwhile, not a lot was happening with the other groups, but there was one particular room, Bishop Ken's room, that seemed to have some strange activity. Stuart and Sean were unaware of this strange light that could be an orb. It comes and goes very quickly, but moves slowly.
Yeah, okay. Someone's just tugged on the bottom of my jacket on the left side. Just tugged here.
Read it then.
You did.
Yeah.
I'll check behind there, there's no electrics.
Run it along again.
Along.
Run it along. Further out in the middle of the floor you were. Oh, that's interesting because it was there and now it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the EMF meter's just gone off, detecting something around the doorway. Quick scan of the area shows no apparent electrical cables or none that's emitting that type of signature again. We've been over this position again. There doesn't seem to be any other reading from there.
I'm afraid this is not picking up, you know.
No, that's fine.
But it seems a little bit strange. It's there 1 minute and not there the next. Obviously, if it's an electrical cable, you've got a continual current cycling through the cable. So if there was an electrical cable underneath the floor, it would pick it up all the time.
Rick and Carl were out in the topiary gardens, but with no light or sense of direction, they seemed to be getting a little edgy.
Are you with me?
I'm with you. All right, where we go? Right. God, some of these trees, you see them in the distance, and they look like people. You're right. What's that? Now, we both just heard something up this side. Stay here. I'm gonna go up there. That was that same noise again, but it was here. Did you hear that then?
Yeah, just the side of it.
Right, should we head on in now?
But we're not saying anything.
Can you hear that? Cool, crumbs. Was that you? Did you just touch me at all?
No.
At all?
No.
Did you just touch me in any way, shape or form?
No one well in front of you. How can I touch it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see you. I was pointing the camera in front of me. Something definitely just prodded me in the back. These are too loose. It's not that it was.
All right, you're starting to freak me out here now, Carl.
No, it was a definite prod. It wasn't a forceful push. It was just a.
Right. Should we head in?
Let's head in. Yeah.
Okay, we've got two different EMF meters here. Okay, we've got one with a probe.
Yeah.
Set to the highest sensitivity, and we've got the ordinary Gauss meter. Okay. Again, this is sensitive, right? If we get the Gauss meter, we're getting a reading.
Yeah.
Very, very slight. Very, very slight indeed. Okay, it's 1.5.
Oh.
If there is anyone in this corridor with us, could you please give us a sign? Could you knock, rap, tap, kick something, move an object? Just so that we know you're here. Gauss meter's increasing.
It is. Come on, love. Make it go up.
That's lovely.
Yeah. There's movement.
Where?
It's coming towards you.
Come on. Please show us a big light or anything to show that you're here. Come and say hello. Come on.
Both meters pick it up.
Oh, cold draft on my hand. Cold blast right on my hand.
Can you feel it coming
Very,
across?
very coming across. It's freezing cold. Absolutely freezing cold. Coming, rushing right down.
Oh, went down, right the way down to...
Gauss meter's going off on its own.
It's freezing. It's absolutely freezing.
It's going to be a flash.
Hello, are you here?
She's trying her best.
Come on, love. Show some more.
Yeah, it's getting a bit warmer now.
Yeah, it is. It's getting warm.
Oh, it's gone to 31, 32. How's that? Look at that.
And you saw her outline.
Yes.
Psychological because of what Derek's just said.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Because that was coming straight from the back of me, freezing, absolutely freezing, and now it's back to normal.
Yeah.
The average temperature in the corridor was 20 degrees Celsius. Obviously, with more people together, the temperature would rise. Human body temperature is normally 36.9 degrees, so it seemed very strange to suddenly drop to 17 degrees. Derek seemed to believe he saw the grey lady's outline. Was she responsible for the temperature drop and the EMF fluctuations? Most of the crew had retired to bed, leaving just a few of us left to see if any more evidence could be found. Having had time to dry out from the garden, Carl and Rick made their way up to the Bishop Ken's room. There was something I wanted to do, face my fear of the dark and being alone in the corridor. With a locked-off camera at one end and my own camera for company, how long would I last?
Oh God, I really don't like this. It's the light switch. Oh, how tempting is that? I can't see a thing. I'm not going to look behind me. If I get to the end, I'll put my torch on. Dave, can you hear me? The door's just opened on its own.
It's probably just a draft. Go down and have a look.
I don't want to go in there. Please don't make me go in there.
Don't worry, just go down and have a look. I'm watching.
That door is open. That door is open. That was not open before. Maybe it was the wind. Maybe it was the wind. Look, it's easy to open. Okay, maybe it's not.
If there is such a thing as ghosts, I want to catch the full manifestation of a ghost, or absolute proof if there is. And if there is, I want to do it by seance. And if if they do turn up, they turn up. If they don't, don't.
Okay. Well, God, it's so creaky down here. Oh my God. Holy shit. David? David, it's me. The door just opened again, David.
There, calm down. It's an old drafty house.
I know it's a drafty house. Okay. Okay. If I sit at the top here, I'm going to sit up here for a good 5 minutes is all I can last. I can't do any more. I think I have been very, very brave. If I sit up here, okay.
Try to clear them all. If there is anyone here, please try to show us your presence.
Why am I doing this? This is just to prove to myself that I can do this. I've spent 16 programs being scared. And it's only my fear. But I've always been nervous of the dark as a child. And I think slowly I am getting braver.
Please try to let us know that you are here. If you need an energy, use our energy to manifest. Either by showing us yourself in a mist form, or an orb, turn it to an family. It's showing itself there, at the bottom of the bed. What do you feel? It's like a phone. I don't feel anything left. I don't even feel like there's anything here.
There's got to be an explanation why that door opened. Did you hear that? What the hell? I'm too scared to go down. I'm Okay.
Where's that from? Oh, shit. Is it the same room? It's the same room. I'm not doing it. Can't find that torch thing. With David always looking for a rational explanation, he was convinced that drafts and old floorboards had made the door move on its own. But it doesn't make me feel any less frightened about being alone in the dark. And if I lived at Levens, you wouldn't catch me going to the loo in the middle of the night. I am absolutely sure that the door opened on its own 3 times with no help from any drafts. During our investigation at Levens, this particular room is the only one where these strange lights have been caught on our night vision cameras. Stuart and Sean were unaware of this light earlier on in the investigation, during the séance, and also during David and Vicky's baseline test. All these lights appear at the foot of the same bed, where the 3 supposed ghosts had been seen here not so long ago. Were they connected? Of all the rooms at Levens Hall, most of the activity had centred in 2 places: the corridor where Richard Baggett had seen the black shape move towards him, and the Bishop Ken's room where 3 ghosts were said to have been seen by a female guest. During our 24-hour investigation, most of the unexplained phenomena and fear were also in these 2 places. Coincidence? Maybe.
Overall, I was quite happy for the section of the mediumship of what was picked up or what was given to me. As far as the activity was concerned, we did manage to, with the machines, to pick up certain amounts of activity, which was, I suppose, pleasing. Like always, I wish for more.
The cold spot that Yvette experienced in the corridor was actually quite interesting, because normally with a temperature reading you will get a gradual decrease or a gradual increase if you're coming closer to a natural heat source or a natural draft from an open window, an open door. But there was no form of ventilation around, so it couldn't have been a natural occurring draft. So that was actually very interesting.
I think generally, like the majority of investigations into allegedly haunted houses or sites, pretty much nothing happened. Nothing that we've so far detected anyway. I mean, when we look at the film footage and the sound footage more closely, then maybe.
Well, it makes absolute sense, of course, to split people up when we have a large group of people so we can watch more different areas. I think each experience that people had was probably down to the type of people that were in that particular group. For example, I didn't have any experience either sat in the hall or moving around in the gardens. It seemed to me to be much more person-based rather than location-based.
The orbs that we both photographed with digital stills camera and on the DV cameras as well last night, they do look pretty good, but obviously we have to scrutinise these in a lot more detail. We have to blow them up, we have to enlarge them, we really do have to look at them before we can say, yes, they're orbs. We have to eliminate moths, dust, moisture, various other natural phenomena which can look like orbs in low-level lighting conditions.
After our filming at Levens Hall, we had a chance to examine the light anomalies caught during our investigation, and we can confirm they are not dust, moths or moisture, but orbs, also known as spirit lights. They are thought to be one of the first stages of a ghost manifestation. Well, our 1-hour special at Levens Hall has come to an end. We did have a few strange occurrences, also some strange lights on camera. Well, are there such things as ghosts? We'll keep on trying to find out. Until the next time, sleep tight.
Well, tonight I'm expecting to see orbs, as usual. Lots of weird sensations. Well, I'm expecting to see lots of strange, what was it I said before?
Hey ho. Fade pie.